good to see you. Welcome to the pandemic pick-me-up. I never thought I'd see you again. Hi. Hello. Thank you for coming to my fabulous half an hour of entertainment and art and literary arts, as I said in my hashtags. Hey, it's good to see you. I'm just feeling so wonderful tonight. I just had my hair done at Gene Juarez, and he said, I'm going to just do something really, with that wow factor for you, Julie. And I said, thank you. So I'd like to sing a little song for all my Norwegian friends. En var som bris for de mitt vindu, en gillen vind, et pust fra deg. Jeg ser ditt blikk, og husker ordene, din milde hund som rådte meg. Da ditt list brant ned, det blaggen lang, flitt av stil og vinterklang. Vinterklang. Men jeg lengter aller mest, min kjære, når høsten puster din sang. That's The Falling Leaves. I'd like to dedicate that to Petter and John, my twin boyfriends, back in Norway. And calling out to all my friends. Oh my goodness, I see all my you guys are my family. My family, they never even get on the internet with me. And here you are, you beautiful people. I don't even know you, but I want to say hi. Oh, and there's my friend Fred and Tony Radovich. There's something about the sound of that name that drives me insane. You must be from the Yugoslavia area. Well, welcome. Tonight, I must tell you, ladies and gentlemen, my karaoke machine is not up to snuff, and I'm hoping I can get someone to come in and look at it maybe later tonight, but I don't know. Anyway, I had some beautiful songs planned for you, so things will either be a cappella or, maybe I'll be having to sing alone, okay? Yeah. Like I said, welcome to my sacred circus. This is where we have no agenda, and we keep things light and happy. And we do positive affirmations like, I am an ecstatically happy woman. And when I say that, and I say it to you people, whoever you are, you reflect it back to me. I need more because, I am a happy woman because I decide to be. I decide to find enjoyment in simple little things like writing down poems or inspirational messages. I like to start my show with a poem because that way we can just get all discombobulated together. In the midst of tears, I found there was within me an invincible smile. In the midst of chaos, I found there was within me an invincible calm. I realized through it all that in the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer. And that makes me happy, for it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me there is something stronger, something better, pushing right back. Yeah. You don't scare me, world. That was by Albert Camus. Oh, what an inspiration. It rhymes with Namu, the killer whale that had a rough time of it. Anyway, I'm an animal activist for those of you who aren't aware of it, and I wanted to say, become a vegetarian before it's too late. Become a vegetarian, have a nice plate. That's what I've been doing. Hey, I've been getting some nice fan mail, and I almost want to go right into it, but I want to say hello. Oh, there's Mike Walker from the High Spot. Hi, Mike. Can you see me? Can you hear me? I feel like I just shrunk, just like a lot of things have been doing lately. Who knew in Norge? Why not me? Anyway, don't play hope. Don't play with dope. Sometimes I want to read a little poem I wrote. I was made to entertain and built to perplex, sometimes vex, but never put on a hex. But with a Tyrannosaurus Rex, I'll never have sex because life is not logical. It doesn't expect it to be. People, places, and things ebb and flow for you and for me. I'm talking to you straight, and that's no joke. Groove on the power of laughter and joy. And don't be a mean old bloke. Thank you. Yes, I'm in the literary arts. Hey, by the way, before I start reading that fantastic fan mail that you wonderful people, hi, Daniel Meisner and David Nemmons. You know what some woman told me recently? I met her at Green Lake while I was floating on my air mattress. She goes, Julie, I've noticed that at your show, it's mainly men who watch you. I said, yeah, most of them are drag queens or wannabe drag queens because, I went to drag queen school. And that's not a lie. Anyway, so this quote, I just heard it today, is that in Africa, they don't have a word for musician. And isn't that funny? And of course, you know why. You know why. It's like we don't have a word for breathing. I mean, other than breathing. Like, oh, do you breathe? No, I don't. Because everyone in Africa is musical. It's a huge myth that we have to be professional to be a musician. Let's demystify music tonight, especially since my karaoke machine isn't working. Let's be creative beings and see what we can round up. Well, that was sure inspiring, wasn't it? Hey, guess what? Don't go away. Some people go, oh, I'm analyzing some numbers right now and watching you, Julie. Or I'm going to organize my spice cabinet, but I have you on in the kitchen. I can hear you. It's like, honey, you got to focus on this stuff. It's not superficial. It's not TJ Maxx, okay? It is the real deal. Yeah. You're going to learn something, and it's going to be between the cracks. It's going to fall off your plate if you don't acknowledge it right away. Is there any problem with you folks out there tonight? If you guys do have a problem, let me know about it, would you? Because you mean a lot to me. Like I said, you're like my family, the family that turns me on, okay? I have a wonderful family, but there's the yin and the yang. There's the shadow and then there's the fabulous, right? And we all have both. So I just want to say you're my wonderful, explosive, pay attentioning family, and I love you. So I got this letter. It's so cute. She comes all the way from Thames, England, and her name is Gwen. Oh, she's from Tungsten. Tungsten, wow, that's a tongue twister. Gwen from Tungsten on Thames, England. Wow. This is exciting when people are listening to me at 3 a.m. in another continent. Dear Julie, I really enjoy the show with all your lovely singing. I especially enjoy it when you sing in Italian. You give it such a sensual, romantic quality. That must be your heritage. I'm also writing to you about cats, yours and mine. I haven't seen your cat Bocce on the show for a while, and I'm hoping he'll be on again. Why? I think my cougar, Penelope, is in love with him. Oh, my God. You have a cat a cougar? Wow. Until recently, she's never shown any interest in the telly or computer screens, but since she saw Bocce on your show a few months ago, why, she's glued to it every Friday, just like me. I think she's longing for him. Please, make a British cat lady happy and feature him soon. Cheers from Gwen Tribley. Well, thank you, Gwen Tribley. What a lovely acknowledgement. Well, my cat, Bocce, he's tranquilized at the moment because he gets overly excited. I have met my match with my cat, too, just like I'm sure you have with your cougar. It's amazing what they do with animals in foreign countries. In fact, when I was in Paris, I saw a man with a orangutan on a leash. And you know what I thought to myself? That should be reversed. A cougar, she must have had its teeth removed. I at least hope so. Then I got another one from, oh, dear Julie, my sibling unfriended me on Facebook. Should I be sad? Well, if somebody unfriends you, that's like the ultimate insult, isn't it? So what I would suggest you do, if you have their phone number, that takes it up a notch. Call them on the phone real late at night and don't say a word, but just breathe like this. And if they don't answer, which they probably won't because you're breathing into their answering machine, or if they do answer, this is my trick. It works every time. You just scream. Scream like a elephant in mating season. And they'll deserve that. I don't know what they won't do, but they will get back what they deserve. Being Sicilian, I'm half Norwegian and half Sicilian, we do believe in retaliation. And we like to teach people lessons if they do bad stuff to us. So keep that in mind, everyone. And it's very childish, I agree. But, sometimes we just have to let our little freak flag run wild, right? I remind myself every day, stay in your adult, Julie. Stay in your adult, Julie. Yeah. Okay. That way I take care of myself better and I stay in my own hula hoop too. Yeah. Okay, here's another one from Delmer Daves in Carlsbad, California. Well, here's somebody a little closer. Maybe he'll be a little bit more, normal. Dear Julie, your Pick Me Up show has done just that for me. Ooh, I like that. I'm a writer like you, and until I discovered your show on YouTube in the middle of the night a few weeks ago, I'd been suffering from the worst case of writer's block. Do you get blocked ever? Well, I write medical textbooks, and sometimes I just can't make a description of a femur bone fascinating. I bet that is hard. No pun intended. I'm also very curious about your home. Through the computer screen, it seems very large with many different levels and full of curios. Yes, it's like a curiosity shop. I have a little bit of this and that, and you name it, I've got it. Did you design it yourself? Are you a collector? Your fellow scribbler, DD, Delmer Daves. Well, I decide if I have writer's block, I get on the phone and the telephone I talk. I talk to my funny friends. Do you have any funny friends, DD? If you don't, you better get some. The kind that are slightly insane. In fact, I have one by the name of David Kangas, and he lives on Molokai in Hawaii, and he loves it when I call, and he tells me he's been very busy meditating in the shower, and I don't know why, but that really makes me laugh. Anyway, so that's all I can say. If you have trouble writing, stop writing and do something else, like how about cartwheels or start a barbecue. In fact, why don't you make some flaming garlic bread? That was a recipe I got off the internet recently. If you're having a little gathering, social distancing, but still you've got a big fire going and you're barbecuing something. I don't know what you might be barbecuing. Maybe God only knows. Hopefully it's vegetables, something that won't be crying out in pain. And then, the garlic bread, you get a nice loaf of bread. And then, you know what you do? You melt the butter first. And then you put a whole bulb of garlic in it. And then you put some parsley chopped very fine. And you paint it on. You slather it on, you're using a paintbrush that's been cleaned thoroughly. In fact, you could clean it with Moron, the energy drink. This is one of my sponsors, Moron. We'll get back to the sponsors later. As I was telling you about this garlic bread, you wrap it up in foil and you throw it on the fire. And then in 3 minutes, no, don't let it burn. Have one of your friends, somebody who doesn't have too long of hair, get some tongs and take it out of the fire and throw it on the picnic table. And you've got the most delicious garlic bread. I mean, people will go bananas for it. They'll go berserk. They'll want the recipe, but don't give it to them, because a good cook never gives away her recipes. Right, kids? Hey, oh my gosh. Did you know last week I had about 900 viewers? Of course, they weren't here when you guys were here, but be sure and tell your friends about this show, because I want to have a lot of people watching me, and I mean it. You know why? Because I'm writing a book called I Love Being Abroad, and it's based on my travels as a chanteuse, and based on Europe, mainly Paris and Istanbul and Switzerland, but mainly Paris. Paris was where it was really happening. So that's a book I'm writing. And in fact, that's why I'm here. Not only to connect with all you fabulous people out there in Seattle, because I love you. I'm from Seattle. Yes. And I grew up singing here in Seattle at the Pink Door down at the Pike Place Market. And, everything has changed. I sang at Vito's. I sang at Canlis. I sang at Stars. You name it, I sang there. And if you got married or anything, I bet I sang at your wedding. So I've been singing a long time, and I'm about ready to release my book. So I'm very excited about it. And I did get a new sponsor, too. Just recently, in fact, just yesterday, I went out for lunch at the High Spot in Madrona. So I just want to plant that seed in your mind. And tonight, the High Spot is offering me a very nice surprise for all of my fabulous guests, that you can win a gift certificate for $50. Yes, worth $50 worth of delicious food at the High Spot in Madrona. And golly, if you get that, but you're probably asking yourselves, what do I have to do? What do I have to do, Julie? And I'll tell you, you have to be one of the first 3 people, because I'm giving 3 of them away tonight from Mike Walker. I'm giving 3 gift certificates worth $50. And guess what? All you have to do is put some money in my PayPal account. But it has to be a minimum of $25. Yes. And I will mail the gift certificate to you, but I'm only doing 3. So the first 3, and I can tell what time you did it. Thank you so much. I hate to do such commercial type of whatchamacallit, but you know what? Business is love, and love is business when it gets down to it. So I bet you're wondering, oh my God, is she going to sing anything else tonight? Yes, I am. But first, I'd like to read a little smidgen of my memoir so you can get a feel for, like, when you go to lunch at the High Spot, you'll have something to talk about with your date. You can say, oh, by the way, us having lunch here is helping Julie Cascioppo, that's a good one, publish her book. So, won't that be something fun to talk about? I had a vegan Reuben sandwich yesterday, vegetarian, and it was so good. I was going, oh my God, this is almost as good as mine, the ones I make in my kitchen. They use field roast and Swiss cheese and Thousand Island dressing. And then to top it off, I had a Rachel's ginger beer. And that is my favorite non-alcoholic drink, ginger beer. Now, my other favorite drink is Moron. And I get that because, I was at the health food store and I asked the gal, I said, listen, I'm really, really getting kind of tired. Do you have anything that would give me some pep? I know you don't sell diet pills. And she goes, no, try Moron. Then you can take Moron. And I said, come again? She goes, take Moron, and then you can take more on. And I said, oh, I get it now. So yes, it's one of those drinks that just peps you up. Oh, does it ever? And they're having a sale on it at Fred Meyer. In the automotive department, it's a closeout product. But it's wonderful, and it's for children as well because there's no alcohol in it. So kids can drink it, and it helps them in school. In fact, the kids are going crazy for it. I find it a little strong. I've got 2 cases in my closet, so I'll start sharing it with some of my audience. Père Lachaise. Traveling alone has its drawbacks and benefits. I'm not sure why I always feel embarrassingly conspicuous on the loose and out of my element when I first arrive in a new country. France was my first transcontinental journey. I felt I stood out. It was obvious I was a foreigner, extremely different from the people surrounding me. I am unusual, I admit it, even in my own country. Once upon a time, while visiting the health center at college, I went to Western in Bellingham, the nurse that worked with the students regularly confided, "Do you know that you're unusually attractive? I mean, more so than most people." She continued, "I've seen thousands of students over the years, and it isn't often I see really good-looking ones like you." But she didn't say it like that, okay? I was somewhat stunned to have her speak to me like that. But nurses are a complex bag, wouldn't you say? I mean, talk about yin and yang. It was refreshing of her to compliment me in such a vulnerable position. It wasn't an empty compliment or a come-on. She really wanted me to know that I imagine she sensed that I felt less than average. I came from a Sicilian family that unconsciously withered my any sense of self any female in my family might hope to have. But I transcended. I got out early when the gettin' was good. It took much more than the health center nurse to impact my soul into believing in the power of being who I truly was destined to be. Smile on your destiny. So I decided to become a world traveler and see how I fared, globally speaking. She did plant the seed. It's one of the best ways I've found to connect to myself and others, traveling, not planting seeds. Throw myself into a new world and see how I do, see who I meet, who Providence brings into my orbit, or perhaps learn something or just to find a portal that helps me look into the world differently and reflect back to me who I really am. Did you know that we are so complex? We often die before we know who we really are. So all I can say to everybody out there during this COVID quarantine is try to get to know yourself better. Write yourself a letter. I love being abroad, yet I knew nothing about Paris except that by mentioning it to various friends, they became in awe, envious, and even there was some jealousy. This clued me into the idea that maybe being sent to Paris, albeit alone, I should not question it too much. It sounded magical, although I had no idea until I got there what kind of magical. My introverted American boyfriend had the kind idea to send me to Paris because in reality, he did not know how to break up with me. He did not know what to do with me. He would never also take such an initiative. It wasn't in him to be unkind or harsh with anyone, especially the first girlfriend who'd ever moved in with him. Ironically, by sending me away, he told me it made him fall in love with me all the more. Yes, I have that effect on people. When I'm gone, they miss me. I swirled fearfully at first into a new world, the enchanting, unreal aesthetic universe of Paris, 1983. Other than travel books I brought from the States, I was emboldened with lists of places to visit and friends of friends to call on. Hey, that was handy. I didn't do the research beforehand to understand the immensity of what I was taking on. I wanted to see the sights as soon as possible. So, you know what I did? To know the intimate details about a new friend you already fell in love with. I heard the best way to know a city was to fall in love with someone, but who had time for that? I wanted to be intimate with Paris, but real intimacy takes time, preparation, and effort. The dilemma for me was going everywhere alone at first. I hated all those learning curves, yet that's what made my time in Europe meaningful. Hello? Oh my God. Hello, Nikki Tollefson. Gee, you know how easily I get, oh, hi, you guys are so cute. Hello, Connor. Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. Fred Langston says he has a problem. My donkey wants out of the corral. Oh, you have a pet donkey? I want to see that sometime. Oh, anyway, so as I was saying, where did I go? I ended up in Père Lachaise. I was taking the metro there. Who needs this paper? I can just tell you. The metro's end of the line is Père Lachaise, and it's a really long metro trip. So I was getting nervous because I was my first time in Paris. I mean, my first week in Paris, so I didn't know anybody. And you know how it is when you're in a new country and you just feel like, I'm just edgy. I'm edgy and awake and aware. And there was a man, one young man, not the kind of man I would ever be interested in, of course, because, well, he looked all bundled up and he looked American, okay? So nobody else was in the train but us. And I go, excuse me. I said, do you know where Père Lachaise is? And he goes, yeah, I'm going there. And oh my God. I could suddenly relax. I finally found a man who would take me through the cemetery because, it was early in the morning and it was kind of spooky. And most people go there, at a normal time. And, it was so funny. He was on his way out of Paris. He said he was leaving the next day because he'd been traveling around Europe for months. And then the next piece of that conversation I added was, well, I just got here. That's a strange coincidence. And I told him I was going to try to be a singer in Paris, and I wanted to go see Edith Piaf's grave and ask her to bless my trip in Paris. And he goes, I know. You're going to be a great success in Paris. And if you want to find out if I was, you're going to have to read the book. Yes, indeed. Okay. Oh, I've got a song I want to sing. My karaoke machine collapsed, but I can still do something here.
Battery 80%. Connected to Julie iPhone.
Can you hear that? How's that? I've been searching a long time for someone exactly like you. I've been traveling all around the world, waiting for you to break on through. Someone like you makes it all worthwhile. Someone like you keeps me satisfied. Someone exactly like you. I've been traveling a hard road, looking for someone exactly like you. I've been carrying my heavy load, waiting for the light to come shining through. Someone like you makes it all worthwhile. Someone like you keeps me satisfied. Someone exactly like you. I've been all around the world, don't you know it now? Marching to the beat of a different drum. But just lately I have realized, baby, the best is yet to come. Someone like you makes it all worthwhile. Someone like you keeps me satisfied. Someone just like you. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been all around the world. I've been doing some soul searching, and I want to know where you're at. I've been up and down the highways, yeah, in all kinds of foreign lands. Someone like you makes it all worthwhile. Someone like you keeps me satisfied, keeps me satisfied. Someone exactly like you, baby. Oh baby, the best is yet to come. Someone exactly like you. Wow, that ended abruptly. Hey, that's because it's the end. And I just want to repeat a little reminder. If you're one of the first 3 people to put a minimum of $25 in my PayPal account that is on Facebook, you will be sent a dinner certificate, not dinner, lunch and breakfast, and the food is really good. They got through the corona shutdown, you know. They're coming out smelling like a wild rose. Yes, and you can take it to go, or you can sit on their fabulous little patio, and they put lights up and all that stuff. And like I said, Mike Walker, he's one of the best guys in town. He used to work at the Pink Door. That's how I met him. He was the manager. He turned that Pink Door into one hell of a swinging joint. And he worked with me and Ben Fleck. Speaking of Ben Fleck, don't forget my friend Ben. He's on my website too. That's him on the opposite of me. And that's Dee Dee Rainbow. So anyway, 3 people are going to win tonight. And I want to thank you so much. This is your vivacious, bodacious, desired, beloved goddess of love, music, and entertainment. Entertainment, yes. Isn't that where it's at? Entertain yourselves. Come and entertain me. Why don't you do a Facebook Live show? It's so much fun. And become an influencer. Thank you. And the first baby step is the most important. Thank you so much, everybody. I want to say goodbye and say, oh, Billy King, Eric, how many wigs do you have? He wants to know. Oh my God. I get these done from Jean Juarez over there in Bellevue. Well, have a good night. Have some more on. That has something in it, and I'm going to go to the police about it. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend. I know I will. It's August 21st. Bye. And by the way, I need a new cassette player. If anybody has one, they want me to take it off their hands, they maybe want me to buy it from them, I'll pay you. I'll pay you in lunch certificates from the High Spot. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys came out to see me tonight. Thank you. Tell your friends. This is the Pandemic Pick Me Up. Thank you. Bye.